Hi guys, I hope everybody's really well. I'm sure you all are. I thought I'd record this because I've already done one about hydration today and I was just in a roll and I thought I'd just move straight on to alcohol, get it out of the way, get it done. And it's going to be a video, so leave some comments about anything you've got issues with, or I've dealt with a lot of things in my past and I think to myself, should really try and share as much information as I can with you to try and help you on your journeys, and show you how I made all my progression, and things I had to battle and stuff, because I'm quite open and honest that I said I had quite a big drink problem. You all know that, and it's something that I'll never do it again, and it's something that I want you to learn how I dealt with it, and it's something how you can deal with it as well. So I wanted to show you some about the effects of alcohol. I did quite a lot of reading up about this, a lot of journaling and stuff like that, because for me it really helps, and I wanted to fully understand what it were doing to my body so that I knew why it was so important not to do it again, if that makes sense. So like I said, many of us, we've all enjoyed a drink at some point, and some people like myself have gone above and beyond just a drink, and I want to tell you like how it's been a setback for me, and how it's definitely 100% been a setback for you at the moment if you're still drinking. And don't get me wrong, all the way through this video I'm never ever going to tell you never have a drink. Right? It might seem like that because there's a lot of, whenever you read up anything to do with how your body deals with alcohol and what it does, it's all negative. But I'm never saying don't have a drink. So yeah. But like I said, some people do it every day. I did it most days where I could get away with it. If I were on an after shift, I would probably drink most days a week. And it can destroy your entire life, can't it? Your relationship goes downhill. Your family life goes downhill. You don't spend time with your kids. You don't want to go out. You're just thinking about where you're getting your next drink from, and pub every weekend. And if anyone's doing out, yep, I'm there, 100%. Or if no one's doing out, I just go on my sen. I'll talk to somebody, which is quite a sad life, quite a sheltered life, to be honest. But like I said, excessive consumption can be fatal. And I don't mean it as in fatal as in you're going to die, but obviously extreme cases, yeah, it can do. But in all areas of your life, like you say, your parenting skills go downhill. You're really unhealthy. Your health just goes downhill. Your career can go downhill. Everything, it can be fatal to everything else. And alcohol, it is a depressant. It's a fact. It's a depressant. A lot of people that drink, like I did, you find yourself really depressed and really looking for the next drink. And next time you can just suppress them feelings, and then you end up feeling worse. And then it's a vicious circle going over and around and round and round. You never get any better. But alcohol, it's ethanol. That's exactly what it is, right? That's its compound, right? It's poison for your body. So, like I said, I'm not saying never have a drink. I still have a drink, special occasions and stuff. But I'll tell you when, later on, I've wrote down what for me classes as the right time to have a drink. But anyway, it's a poison, right? And your body's not meant to digest it. But there's so much misleading information on the internet about everything. So you've got to be careful what you read. But like I said, it's not easy. I know it's not easy to break an habit. I get it, because I had to do it, and it took me a long time, and I had to do it on my own. I knew what it were doing. I realised what I were doing. I realised why I were doing it, and I realised what consequences were going to be. But like I said, if you're getting smashed every weekend, it's because you're seeing a bigger payoff to doing that than doing something else. And that's exactly where I were. I saw it as it just suppressed me. So I'd suppress all my feelings, get drunk, and it'd all be better. And I'd get up next day and it was worse. And it was just a constant cycle. But you're seeing a bigger payoff to doing it. Right, so I'm hoping after this video you might think a little bit more about it, and you might realise why you're not reaching your goals and stuff. So, like I said, when you start to have a drink, right, it makes you feel good, doesn't it, for that small amount of time. And I get that. As soon as you start having a few drinks, you start feeling good. You start feeling merry. You start feeling this feeling inside that's nice. And like I said, it's instant gratification. It is, honestly. You get an instant payoff. It's like having a big gateau, isn't it? If you order a big gateau from one of these pubs that do massive desserts, it's an instant gratification, because as soon as you eat it, it just feels amazing, doesn't it? Same as drinking, exactly the same. But like I said, you've got to realise, anything that you do that's healthy, you don't get instant gratification, do you, by going to the gym once? You don't get instant gratification by eating your calories perfect for a day. You don't. It has to go over a time. You don't really get any gratification for a week of eating good food. It takes time. And this is why bad habits are so easy to do and good habits aren't. That's exactly why it is. But like I said, there's delayed drawbacks to drinking. Obviously, you get pissed. You end up skinning. I know I've got friends that complain of the skin, but manage to drink 4 times a week, but they're absolutely skinning. Another drawback to alcohol is body fat and feeling depressed, lack of sleep, broken sleep. List goes on and on and on. But we don't need to go to that far. But like I said, healthy options, it's totally opposite, isn't it? You don't get instant gratification for doing anything. Even after a week, you might not see really any result. Might take 2, might take 3 before you start seeing some progress. And then at that point, that's when I'm hooked, and that's when I continue and stick to it. When you stop seeing progress, that's when you find it hard. But like I said, bad habits are easy. Good habits are really hard to stick with. But like I said, everything we do in life, don't matter what it is, it's for a payoff, isn't it? So we get paid off for doing it, or we only do it because we want to do it. So if you want to get pissed, there's a reason why. So like, it's same as well, when we are pissed, as inhibitions are lowered, aren't they? So as decisions go right downhill. Like, have you ever said, I had my beer goggles on? Everybody said it, haven't they? I had my beer goggles on last night. And what happened? Woke up next to some stranger that you've slept with that night, and you turn over and you think, WTF? Who's that? Don't even know her name. No idea. I'm not saying I've done that, because I haven't. But that's what people do. My friends have told me loads of times they've woke up next to somebody, and I think you must be so low. I mean, but then again, you can go on other foot. You just had a takeaway. You smashed the takeaway. So as well as the alcohol, you then went and ate some bad food. And then you've deleted your progress for a week. Easily. But like I said, reality, alcohol and junk food destroys your energy. And it does. You'll just find yourself weak. You'll find yourself not very strong in the gym. You'll not be able to exercise for long. More than likely, you won't exercise at all next day. I've always found if I've ever really had a drink one night, I haven't exercised the next day, because I just can't bring myself to do it. And I've ate crap all day as well. Like I said, has anybody, drop a comment. If you've managed to eat all your calories, your protein, your carbs, your fat, on the day you went for a drink, and the following day. Because more than likely, I've never done it, honestly. I always end up leaving a lot on the day before I go, and I always end up eating a load of junk day after, because I feel rough. But like I said, I've worked hard, I've drank hard as well, I've ate crap, and I did it for that long. I actually thought it was just normal. I did honestly think it was normal, and I thought that's just what it is. If you're going to be fat, you're going to be fat. I can't change it. And all work I did and stuff like that to get to a manager level in an engineering company that were really, really respectable. I were only ever in like second gear. And it weren't until I really actually stopped drinking and I think it probably did about 6 months without a drink, nothing. It was only then that I realised that I've probably wasted the last 15 years of my career because I were only ever in second gear. I were never actually at full efficiency, never. My learning went up, my inhibitions went up. I just, honestly, my brain was like a sponge. And I wanted to know and learn everything. And I hadn't been doing that 15 years. I'd just been coasting, like I said, just in second gear. And it's only when you stop for long enough and you stand back, that's when you realise. And that's when it hits you. But like I said, I had no life outside the pub. I didn't. If we weren't going out, I was drinking at house. I'd make sure though we were going out. All the time. Honestly, as many times a week as I could, I would. But like I said, everything you do requires energy. Looking after kids, your relationship, your family, everything. It's like having a bowl of whatever, I don't know, a bowl of yogurt, and you've just put in little bits all over. When you've gotten leathered, literally, you've got no energy there. So you've got no energy to give. No energy to give to your kids. You've got no energy to give to your relationship. You've got no energy to give to your job. You've got no energy for really anything. And it doesn't just kill one day, does it? It kills 2, maybe 3, sometimes 4, where you can feel rough and still not fully recover. But your values have got to be high enough to better yourself. If your values are not high enough, you're going to continue to keep going at pub and keep getting smashed. Like I said, through the video, I don't mean to say never have a drink. I don't mean to say that. I just mean you need to do it in moderation and you need to do it on special occasions. If you're doing it every weekend, your progress will stop and you are going to be the reason why it stopped because of your decisions. But yeah, I'd deem a drink okay, right? When it doesn't affect your body, your business or balance. So if I drank every 2 weeks and it affected my health, my body, I put fat on, I won't do it. If it affected my business, so by doing this, by doing everything else I do, by doing my fire service training, I won't do it. If it affected my family life, I won't do it. That would be it. So ask yourself, what is your drinking affecting? And if it is affecting anything, then maybe you should knock it on the head for a bit, or maybe you should limit it. So say if you drank every 2 weeks, it were having an effect and you weren't really losing any weight, change it to every 3 weeks. If that didn't work, change it to every 4 weeks. Do you get where I'm going? At the end of the day, you still want a goal, but you still want to be able to have a drink when you want to drink. If you're having a glass of wine every day and not making any progress, you know why. You know exactly why. But like I said, if it's a habit of drinking, it's not okay. If you're drinking because you're stressed, it's not okay. If you're drinking because of peer pressure, and I hate this, peer pressure. If you're drinking because of peer pressure, that you go out with your friends and you don't want to have a drink, and they're going, why are you not having one? Why are you not drinking? You're bored. The wrong friends hang about with. 100% wrong friends. I realise this, and this is why I don't hang about with certain people, because peer pressure were horrendous, really, really bad. If you're doing it to escape something, it's not okay. And it could be escape from life. You're just stressed at work. It's an escape. It could be a relationship. Your relationship's not working, so let's go and get pissed. That's not okay. If it's because you're overweight and you're stressed out about it, it's not okay. That's not the reason to have a drink, is it? A drink is to enjoy it on a social occasion. That might be a special occasion. For me, that is what works. But you've got to realise, you've got to have goals, focus and plans, and ask yourself, what best part of your week? Nobody will ever say best part of my week were when I had an hangover or when I felt pissed next morning. It's never best part, is it? It's like worst part. But we always forget that bit because we hide it. And I understand because I did it. I did it for many years. In fact, I did it for, I don't know, I feel sorry for myself. Probably 12 years. I don't know. All right, 15 years. I lied. Maybe. They were a long time anyway. Long time. But like I said, you need to replace the habit. When I stopped drinking, I didn't just stop drinking and think to me saying, I need to get up drinking. That's it, I'm getting up drinking. Because the only thing that goes around my head is drinking. I need to stop it. 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 So the thing I'm thinking about most is drinking. Even though it's the thought of stop drinking. I think about it 24/7 trying to stop. It's not the way to do it. You need to replace the habit with something. Go out walking. On a Friday night. Friday night, everybody wants to drink. You can tell because Saturday morning, McDonald's is absolutely freaking snowed under. You can't even get retail park because there's that many cars parked all the way around it. And there's a reason for it. But because if you do want to drink Friday night, don't be sat on Facebook. Don't be sat on Instagram where all you see is parties and people drinking and people posting stuff up about how much they've drank and how much of this and how much of that. Wait till Saturday morning when everyone's hanging and then all them posts come up. Oh, I'm hanging this morning. Didn't sleep last night. And you're like, I'm not surprised. Unfollow them people. If you sit there looking at it, you'll want to do it. And it's the thing that's on your mind. Go out, go for a walk, go biking, take kids to cinema. I don't know. Whatever it is, anything. Do something else. Don't walk into a pub to meet your friends knowing you want to drink Friday night and say I'm not having a drink because you just put yourself in a worse situation. I was good at that. I put myself in a worse situation all the time. I soon realised and I stopped. But yeah, Facebook and Insta are horrendous. So remove yourself from the situation. But like I said, I'm going to repeat myself. This is a bit third time. I'm not telling you to stop drinking. Just realise when it's affecting you. And why do you do it? Because I do get some messages off people and they do it. Peer pressure, or they say, oh, I'm not going to be boring. So you have to have a drink to have fun. I don't think you do. I really don't think. I don't think that's the case. You're doing it for a reason. But anyway, what benefits and payoffs are you getting from getting pissed? Comment below, honestly. Stick your comments in. What benefits are you getting? I couldn't find any benefits. I couldn't really find any, honestly. When I gave up drinking for a good, about 2 months in, did a pros and cons list. And there were just no cons to give up drinking. Nothing. Not one thing. Other question I'd ask, how is it taking you closer to your goals? And if it's not taking you close to your goals, why are you doing it? I don't get. You need to ask yourself these questions because good questions will really make you think about it. What are the payoffs? What are the benefits? Alcohol will never, ever, I've never known it ever improve a situation. It's only ever made it worse. It's only ever made it worse. I know people, honest to God, and I swear to you, I say again, I know people that drink because they're skint. Now that's got to be one of the worst things ever for me. How can you drink because you're skint? You've just spent money on alcohol and your skin. It's no wonder you're skint. There's no wonder. But they don't see that as a problem. They don't see it as a problem. Now, that for me is just madness. Red wine. Polyphenols. Has anybody ever heard this? Stops cancer. Oh, it's got so many benefits and so much goodness. 1 glass of wine a day. Whoever has 1 glass of wine a day. If you're going to have one, might just be 2. Well, I've had 2. It's just less than half a bottle left. I might as well just drink bottle. So you have bottle. It's an absolute load of BS. Honest to God, BS. Why they come up with that? I mean, it'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? You can have a drink every night, your favourite red wine, and it's got all these excellent properties in it so you get instant payoff. You feel a bit pissed. You get anti-cancer, whatever it were, I can't even remember. You get all these nutrients and all this. Let me tell you, it's an absolute load of BS. And this is why internet's so dangerous. And this is why I say you've got to be careful what you read. Because everything you can get out of that red wine, you can actually get from beetroot without the alcohol. And you can get it from most other foods as well. There's nothing in red wine special that's not in food. But the red wine's got alcohol in it. So I want to talk to you about what alcohol is. So I mentioned it before. It's the 4th macronutrient. So you've got... bloody hell. Sorry, mind blank then. It's because I got a message on my phone there, reading it on left. So you got protein, you got carbs, you got fat. So protein, carbs, fat. Alcohol is the 4th macronutrient, right? And it's 7 calories a gram. So it's just less than fat. Fat's 9 gram, protein and carbs are 4 grams. So it's 7 calories per gram, right? But it's absolutely, completely void of nutrients. It's got no nutrients in it. Your body doesn't absorb anything. And it stops your body absorbing anything else. That's the kicker. So your protein, carb and fat, whatever you're eating, it doesn't absorb anything. It doesn't totally stop nutrients, but it deals with the alcohol first, and it tries to get rid of it as fast as possible. So, and plus, like I said, nobody ever sticks to the calories. Once they've had a few drinks, you get a kebab on the way home. Or you get back from, this was my favourite, you get back from pub, and me and Shannon, it'd be a race to the fridge to get wherever we could get. First things, get everything out of the fridge. Or we got to walk past Tesco, which you open late. You walk past Tesco, honestly, there were bacon frazzles, onion rings, Galaxy caramel. I might even have a dairy milk. No, not a dairy milk, a Milky Bar. Milky Bar, yes. And one of them as well. And I would eat all that. And while we're at home, I'd have some more beers as well. It's not very good, is it? So you can imagine how it quickly adds up. And literally, everything you've done for a week, or here's the kicker, a month, you can delete easily if you're doing it enough. Honestly, easily. So, like I said, I want to tell you about unit alcohol, but I had to write it down properly, so I'm going to have to read it off paper a little bit. So yeah, alcohol's quickest way to delete basically a week or a month's progress. It can happen. 1 unit of alcohol is 8 grams. That equals 56 calories. So 1 unit of alcohol is 56 calories. So a couple of beers, plus the wheat, plus the gluten, and any other crap that's in it, can be 400 calories, right? We don't just have a couple of beers, do we? We go out, we have 10 pints. Imagine the amount of calories it can be, easily. It does one night, easily. Some people drink, I've known people drink 18 pints. None of them can't build any muscle, none of them fat. It's unbelievable, isn't it? But 2 glasses of wine can be 300 calories. Cider, this is kicker, 2 ciders can be 800 to 1,000 calories. How many people drink cider? Cider is horrendous. Cocktails, 2 cocktails, depending on which ones you get, can be 1,000 calories, easily. Double vodka, 122 calories. Have it with a sugar-free mixer. There's a big difference here, isn't there, calorie-wise? I'm still not saying it's good, but calorie-wise, big difference. Very big difference. But what do we consume on a quiet night? Just a quiet night can be... 1 minute. Left key in door and Shan's just come home. Yeah. So like I said, what do we consume on a quiet night? It might be just 5 pints, but then a pizza and whatever else we have as well. It can be mass amount of calories, massive. So what you think's a quiet night might end up being more calories than you. It's not a big night, but still a lot of calories, hell of a lot. So, question I always get asked: should I reduce food when going out for this random occasion? Or I'm going out at weekend, should I reduce my food? Number one, you're poisoning your body with alcohol. Number two, you're gonna void it of nutrients and not eat and starve it, and then go out and drink poison. It's not very good, is it? It's a double kicker. Keep your calories, should be the same. It should be the same. Plus, when you go out, you end up getting really, really hungry. So then you're going to be, if you've not ate through day, you're going to be even more hungry, which means you're going to end up eating a lot more crap once you've finished, or while you're still doing it. So, like I said, you just get less self-control when you're pissed, and you just end up eating whatever. Everybody does it. You can't help it. I've done it many times. But like I said, people said to me, "Oh, I'll just do extra tomorrow and burn it off." And I said to him, I said, that's your choice. But are you really going to do it? You're taking too much on, because it's like saying, I'm going to eat this extra pizza and then burn it off later. But then something happens, you don't go to the gym. And you think, oh, I'd better eat. If you did overworked and burnt a lot more calories and then ate a few more calories after, it's opposite way. It's like saving money to buy, save money to buy a car. Get finance and then use your job to pay the car, and then all of a sudden you ain't got a job. It's the same. You'd rather save the money, sure. But like I said, alcohol, it affects your performance, and not just the day after, for days. I've known when I were really pushing to build some muscle, I knew exactly what I was lifting week on week on week on week. And when I did have a drink anywhere in between that, so one weekend, the following week, I was a lot weaker and I struggled the whole week. Not just a day. I struggled for like literally the 4-5 training sessions I did all week. Everything had dropped off. So it has a big effect. And like I said, it interferes how your body deals with nutrients. It interferes what you take on, what your body actually uses, and how it deals with it. So for recovery or anything like that, it's not good. But for muscle build or weight loss, what do we need to be? Hydrated all the time. It helps us lose fat, build muscle. What does alcohol do? Dehydrates us. It's the total opposite of what you're trying to do. So you're trying to lose weight through a week and stay hydrated, and then at the weekend you're going absolutely totally opposite. So you're going off scale. This is why some people are struggling, because they are just drinking every weekend and they're not getting over it. They're not giving it a long enough period, not drinking. But yeah, so if you're trying to muscle build and you realise that you can't build out, I'd get 100% that it's because you're drinking. If you are drinking, if you're not drinking, then there's something else. Speak to me about it. But if you are drinking, that'll be why, 100%. So alcohol, it affects everything. Ask yourself a question: do you think it's a good weekly habit? What's payoff you're getting? And do you think after you've had a drink, so say Saturday morning you get up, do you think it was worth it? There's not really a cause for an hangover. It can be many things, but there's nothing written down saying this is why you're hungover. So if you do this, you'll not be hungover. Or if you have this in the morning, you'll not be hungover. We just all run to McDonald's because we do. But like I said, it lowers your blood pressure. You get headaches. You get massively dehydrated, massively. And that's not what we want. It irritates your digestion, so we don't eat properly. We don't eat, do we? Next morning we feel sick, we feel crap. Or you might even be sick. You can't stomach the food. But like I said, if you were going to watch England play at Wembley other week, that's good enough reason to have some drinks. Sure. If you sat at home watching it on telly on your own, I think that's just stupid. Why would you do that? You're not gaining anything from it, are you? I don't think it's a good enough excuse. That's my opinion. But like I said, alcohol's a toxin. It still needs to be processed, but the body tries to process it very, very, very quickly. So it devoids of doing any other nutrient activity. But like I said, if you've been drinking for the last 10 hours, your muscles had no chance to recover from your exercise. You've done it weak. It can delete 3 days worth of muscle building or 4, even 5 days before muscle building, because you can't recover. Your body's still recovering. You just stopped it by going on a sesh. And this is why for years I never made any progress, because I was doing it every weekend. As much as I was good in week, I was deleting all my progress. Like I said, alcohol can mess with your hormones. It can promote fat storage. That's exactly what we don't want. That's the worst case. But it can do. And it'll just decrease your fat loss. It'll just stop it happening. But like I said, alcohol plus bad food plus exercise or lack of exercise. Alcohol, bad food plus no exercise or lack of exercise or lack of strength to do your exercise. Feeling crap. Your body doesn't deal with any nutrients. You end up with a lack of energy, and it all equals weight gain. Don't matter which way round you look at it, that's what it does. But like I said, again, I'm not saying never drink. Please don't think that. And don't think that I can't do this because I can't have a drink. I'm not saying you can't. It's your choice. But special occasions, in moderation. What's moderation? Can you even control these? I'd say if I have a drink, I want to have another one. And I want to have another one. I want to have another one. I don't do good at moderation with drink. So I'm better off just not having one. Or I went to a friend's house other week and I took 4. What did I take? Can't remember now. I think I took like 4 bottles of Corona. And then I had no others. So that was fine. Otherwise, I would have sat there and drank. If I'd have took 20, I'd have drunk 20. The fact is, I took 4. I had 4 and come home. You have to take yourself from the situation. You'll learn it as you go forward, 100%. So remember, when it's not affecting your body, business or balance, that's my okay. So anyway, last one anyway. Alcohol, it disrupts your sleep massively, quality and quantity of sleep. So people that always say, I don't get enough sleep in week, I never get enough sleep, then go and get smashed Friday, Saturday, Sunday night and wonder why they feel so rough all week. It's your own worst enemy. And then depression comes, anxiety comes, and everything else comes because you lack of sleep and you're not hydrated enough, so you're not focused, and all of a sudden it's just like a vicious circle, round and round and round and round. I've been there, I've done it. I'm sure some of you have been in the same thing, but don't suppress things. Don't run away by having a drink. It never solves anything. Look at your environment. Is it helping you? Stop looking on Facebook and Insta. They're worst things for it. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they're worst. It's full of them. I proper avoid. Or I've unfollowed people that do it. 100%. You should do it as well. But replace drinking with something else. Get a mission, a purpose, something that's going to pay off. Take kids out for a walk Friday night. Take kids out camping. Something. Good at cinema. Do something. Get biking. It's beautiful weather. Take kids out on the bikes on a long bike ride. Awesome. Don't give the opportunity to sit there drinking. Like I said, remove temptation. I tell you, one time I tried stopping drinking because my mate got hammered, and we had this mantelpiece in the living room. It was a right long, massive mantelpiece, and we lined all his beers up what we drank, and we'd made this one pyramid that went all the way to the ceiling. And we made it one weekend, and we were absolutely hammered. I said, "That's it. I'm not drinking." I never took that thing down, and every day I went into the living room. First thing I was like, "Fucking hell, ale," and it was there all the time. It reminded me. I needed to do something else. Anyway, I did get rid of it eventually. I were thinking about gluing it together and keeping it because it did look pretty good, to be honest. But it just made me want to drink more. What I'm saying to you guys is, honestly, take the temptation away. Don't buy it. Move away. Don't go to the pub. If you don't want to drink that day, Friday, don't go to the pub. Meet your friends. Go somewhere else. Meet them for a coffee at somewhere else. Whatever you need to. But like I said, ask yourself, is it worth doing it? And are you happy doing it? And if answer's no, probably need to have a rethink. Right, thanks for watching, guys. I hope that's been useful. Like I said, I'm not saying never have a drink. I'm just saying moderation. And if it's affecting your body, your business, I forgot what I said now. Body, business or balance, don't do it. It's not worth it. All right, thanks for tuning in.